With me right now, President Donald J. Trump. Hello, sir. Welcome to the program.
Well, how are you? It's an honor to speak to you. You have a special man who's 85 years old, I think.
That's right. Coming up Monday.
Now.
That's right. He is.
Kenneth. He's a fantastic man. So happy birthday to him.
Amen. All right, sir. I want to talk about this new book you've got coming out. What's the idea with that? How did you come up with it?
Well, we see what's happening, and you see it probably as much as I do, as much as anybody, Pastor, because I know how you feel about things. And we thought we'd do a feel-good book, a book of pictures and all of the great success that we've had for evangelicals and everybody else and all religions and our military and our economy. And now we look at what's happening when you look at that horrible situation, that surrender in Afghanistan, the way they got out. It wasn't getting out, it was the way they got out. So horrible, so embarrassing to us. And you look at the inflation and the economy and all of the things that are happening. It's terrible. So we wanted to do a book because we had a great 4 years. We accomplished just about more than any president, rebuilding our military, the best economy ever, et cetera, et cetera. We could go on for a long time. And so we did a book, and it's selling like hotcakes, and it's really something very good. So we're very happy about it.
Well, we're happy too. I got a few preview of some of the pictures, and in fact, there's a picture of you and Kim Jong-un. What was that like to be there with him?
Well, he was somebody I got along with. I mean, Kim Jong-un was smart, strong, tough, but he was somebody I got along with. And, if you remember my meeting with President Obama just before taking office, which is a custom, but he thought that was the biggest problem we had, and we didn't have much of a problem. We got along with him very well, and, I view that as a good thing, not a bad thing. And in the meantime, nothing happened. Now, all of a sudden, you see a lot of anger coming out with China, with Russia, with Kim Jong-un, with all of them, and because they no longer respect our country. They respected us at the highest level.
They did. One other question on that. Do you think these world leaders sense a weakness in America?
Oh, they see a total weakness. They see a weakness at the top. I think that the getting out of Afghanistan was the single most embarrassing thing that took place in the history of our country. I don't think there's ever been a more embarrassing moment where we lose soldiers, 13 soldiers. Many were just decimated beyond that, where we're many very badly injured. But we leave many Americans behind. We fled, and we left $85 billion worth of equipment, the best equipment anywhere in the world. We left it behind. We gave it to them. $85 billion. Nobody knows. They think it's $85 million, which is too much. $85 billion. Yeah. I don't think there's ever been a more embarrassing time. Now, we're embarrassed, all of us, by the border and millions of people flowing in, but I don't think that there was ever a more embarrassing time than what happened with Afghanistan. I think it was just a horrible period.
It was.
And, the fake news doesn't want to cover it because, you don't hear that anymore. It's like they want to write it off as quickly as possible. And when you look as somebody of so respected in the world and realm of religion, when you look at what they're doing to silence religion and what they're doing to evangelicals and others, by the way, they never said this was going to happen. I said it was going to happen, but they never said this is going to happen. Terrible.
Yes, you did. You certainly did. All right, let me move on here. In the book, there's also a picture with you and Nancy Pelosi. What you called her Crazy Nancy. What was that like?
Well, she's crazy. There's something wrong with her. And hopefully she won't be there that much longer. But she is crazy, and she's very bad for our country. And you see that, the divisiveness and the hatred. Very, very bad for our country. And very bad for Christianity, for evangelicals. You look at what's going on with what they're doing is just a terrible thing. They never said it was going to happen. But it's happened far worse than anybody thought possible.
Right. That's right. All right. I want to talk about what's going on right now. The future of abortion versus the life of the unborn Americans is on trial right now. Do you have observations and what you've heard so far that you can share with us?
Well, I'm hearing that you're going to be only from, the same sources and media. That, in this case, I think it's probably hopefully accurate, but I'm hearing that you and a lot of people that are listening right now will be happy. I hope that's going to be the case. We'll see. We have 3 great justices were added to the court during my administration, and almost 300 judges over the course of the nation were added. That's a big impact. That's about 30% more than that. But the 3 justices are going to have a very big decision. This will probably be their biggest decision.
It will.
And on Roe,
right.
We'll see what happens. We're going to see what happens, but I guess that'll come out sometime within the next few months, and it's certainly one that you're going to be anxiously awaiting.
That's right.
Hear.
Yes, sir. We will be. Your book sold 100,000 copies in 9 days. Did you expect that to be so popular so fast?
Well, as a picture book, although in a way maybe that would do even better, but in a picture book, generally they don't. They're tabletop books or whatever you want to call it, but this is really something. This is a history of 4 years that was really incredible with this country, despite the tremendous dishonesty. You look at Russia hoax. You look at the 2 impeachment hoaxes. You look at all of the things that took place, and yet we've done more than just about any administration, certainly in a 4-year period. And there was a great spirit, and there was a great spirit with evangelicals, by the way, but there was a great spirit that took place. And that's why it's at 45books.com, and it's selling really great. Yeah, over 100,000, as I understand it, and they're going to another printing. They're going to a second printing right now.
It'll be great. In fact, we put that on the screen, 45books.com. You can go and get your copy.
Thank you.
Mr. President, I know I only have just a couple minutes here left, but I wanted to ask you a question. Democrats continue to announce they'll not run in 2022. What do you expect to see at the midterm elections?
Well, I think they're going to have a big loss. You saw what happened in Virginia. You saw what almost happened in New Jersey. You see what's happening all over the country. And these ideas and policies that they're putting forward, defund the police and, allowing millions of people to open borders, allowing people to pour into our country. Other countries are emptying their jails out into the United States like we're a dumping ground. And they're seeing what's going on with all of that and sanctuary cities and these horrible policies, what they're doing to religion, how they're just taking religion away from people. And I think a lot of Democrats feel that they're going to lose, and they're having an unprecedented number of retirements.
Yeah, unprecedented. I think more is on the way. All right, sir.
Yes.
Joe Biden and his administration say Americans are at fault for inflation, and we are somehow at fault for the supply chain crisis. What do you say?
Yeah. Well, it's nonsense. I think the mandate had a lot to do with the supply problems. When you look at a supply chain and it's coming, you didn't even hear those words in my administration. By the way, you didn't hear Taiwan. You didn't hear about Russia going into Ukraine.
No.
You used to hear about North Korea before I got there, and that was solved very quickly in terms of relationship. There was no relationship, no nothing. But when you look at supply chain, you really, it's unthinkable. This was not anything that we even had to think about. But a lot of things are happening. We were energy independent, and now we're not energy independent. We were going to be double the size of Saudi Arabia and Russia. We were going to be double individual size. We're going to be bigger than both of them combined. We had ANWR, which they've just ended. They've been trying to get it for 50 years, and they just ended it, but that was approved. So we're going to be now at the mercy of OPEC and some of these oil-producing countries, and it's not even imaginable what's happened.
It isn't. Well, President Trump, before I let you go, you have so many Christian conservatives watching this program every week. We want to know what's the best thing we can do? How should we be praying for you?
Well, I think really what you have to do is pray for the country, because our country is in trouble. Our country is being destroyed by these people. And I don't know whether they're doing it on purpose, but you would almost say it has to be. I don't really know if they're doing it on purpose. But when you look at the things they're doing, there's no common sense, there's no anything. It's being destroyed. How can they want to defund the police? How can they say no voter ID? We have elections. This last election was a disgrace. We had a tremendous victory. We had 12 million more votes than we got the last time, and everybody knows it. So I think what they have to do is pray for the country, and we're going to come through it, and we're going to be bigger and better and stronger than ever before. It'll take a little while, but we have some very bad people running our country right now.
We agree. Well, thank you, President Trump, for dropping by Flashpoint tonight. Thank you. And we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you very much, Pastor.
Thank
Great
you.
honor. Thank you.